First step is to install the valve to the transformer, the installation valve. So as you can see, we already did this. We have the valve ready for the installation. Valve is closed, chain is installed. So now we can proceed with the installation of the sensor. So now we're going to install the sensor. So important is to have the sampling tube in, and then we can start by inserting the sensor carefully into the valve. So make sure to go all the way in until you reach the closed valve. This is important because the slotted holes at the tip of the sensor need to be fully in. Now we can see that the chain is just long enough to be locked in position. The chain is extremely important because it is supposed to keep the sensor in place even if something would go wrong in this place. So when the chain is like this, it's not sagging, then we can be sure the sensor cannot come out and will always remain in the valve in a safe way, so no oil can possibly come out of the valve. Be aware that oil of a transformer when in operation can reach easily 60 or 70 degrees Celsius, so this can lead to severe burns. Now, before opening the valve, we need a suitable container to capture any oil that will come out of the sampling tube. And then we can begin to carefully open the valve to let all the remaining air, which is inside that top part here, out through the venting tube, and to then have no air which could go into the transformer tank. Now we're going to need a bucket or something similar to catch up any oil that might come out when we're carefully going to open the valve to remove any excessive air that might be still in the system. So the target is to fill everything with oil. Carefully open the valve, and we'll see in a bit some oil come out. So at the beginning you're going to see it dripping a bit, and later on it's going to be more and more until it's going to be a constant flow of oil. If we have a constant flow of oil, we can fully open the valve. Now the chain is extremely important, so if it wouldn't be there, the overpressure of the oil system could push out the sensor and we would have a problem. When the constant oil flow is there, we can close the sampling point and we can remove the sampling tube. Now we need to push in the sensor carefully against the oil pressure into the transformer. So this shouldn't go too difficult. The sensor is all in, then we can tighten with the key size 7T. We can lock the nut with 140 Newton meters torque. With this, the sensor is fully tight. And now we're using the flexible chain link to shorten the chain so that the sensor under no circumstances could come out of the transformer. So first up, open the chain. Remove the flexible part of the chain. Then we need to loosen the sealing nut, size 70 key, and now carefully pull back the sensor until it locks against the chain. When this is done, attach the draining pipe and carefully close the valve. So under no circumstances you want to damage the sensor. Now if the valve is safely closed, you can remove the connection of the safety chain so that we can then fully take off the sensor. When doing so, take care that you have something to catch up remaining oil that might drip off the tip of the sensor to keep a clean environment. Now as the last step, insert the dummy plug so that at a later point you can easily reinstall the sensor and no dirt or anything else could go into the flange connection. Now same also for the dummy plug, attach the safety chain to protect the system